Hello and welcome to today's edition of Yomi. Tractate Menachot Daf 35 Omid B. So let's dive straight in. Alternatively, if in any case where if the phylacteries are hanging by the strap, the compartment follows the strap, i.e. remains attached, these phylacteries are considered new, and in the other case where the phylacteries will fall off, they're considered old. The Gemara relates, the Bible was sitting before Rav Yosef when the strap was stiffened and tore. If sick laid with suya, this filei v'chulu. If the strap of one's phylactery is tore within the requisite measure, one should not tie it. If one did tie it, it is unfit. Likewise, one should not sew the strap, and if one did sew it, is unfit. The halach and the content opinion of Rav Yosef and Rav Ashi. Following Rashi's explanation of Rav Ashi's answer as a matter of stringency, some permit one to sew the strap on the inside in such a manner that the stitches cannot be seen, but only the seams, not threads. Based on the opinion of Rabbeinu Tam, the base Yosef rules that in exigent circumstances one may rely on the leading opinion, and to avoid neglecting the mitzvah of the phylacteries. From the Sefer Havah, to film the of the Sefer Torah 319 Shulchan or Chaim 33:5. Abai said to Rav Yosef, what is the halacha as to whether one may tie the strap? Rav Yosef said to him, is with regard to phylacteries, you shall bind them, for a sign upon your arm, in Deuteronomy 6:8, which teaches that the binding must be complete, keshira tama, whole and beautiful, and that would not be the case with a makeshift knot. Rav Aha, son of Rav Yosef, said to Rav Ashi, what is the halacha as to whether one may sew a strap that tore and inserting the stitching inside, so it is not visible from the outside? Rav Ashi said to him, go out and see what the people are doing. So what's the footnote? Chazima Amadava. Rashi explained that it is not customary for people to sew the straps. Others maintain, based on the other instances where the sages use this expression, that it indicates leniency, i.e. people have a custom to sew them at Rabbeinu Tam. Some early commentaries note that it may be inferred from the Jerusalem Talmud Megillah 111 when it is permitted to sew the straps, i.e. what remains when part of the strap has been cut off or fit. The Gemara, misaligned. If the common custom to do this is permitted. Papa says the remnants of straps. Gadome with suyos. The remnants of straps that have been reduced to less than the requisite measure is unfit. Locha is not in accordance with the opinion of Papa, because the mission, nevertheless, when one does not have other phylacteries, he should don these without reciting a blessing. From Sefer Havah, Hilchot Tifanim Mezuzah, the Sefer Torah 319 Shulchan or Chaim 3:5. i.e. what remains when part of the strap has been cut off or fit. The Gemara comments, and it is not so, as this can be derived from the fact that the sons of Rabbi Chia say, the remnants of the sky blue wool of ritual fringes, when only a small thread remains, and likewise the remnants of the hyssop used to sprinkle the purification water of the red heifer are fit. They do not include the remnants of straps or phylacteries in this halacha. The reason for this difference is that it is there that the remnants are fit, as you may articles used for the performance of a mitzvah. But here, phylacteries are articles of sanctity. So let's go into that. Tashmishe mitzvah, tamishe kedusha. Examples of articles used in the performance of a mitzvah include a shofar and a lulav. Of articles of sanctity include the cases used for storing Torah scrolls and the straps of phylacteries. They are considered sacred due to the words of Torah and of the name of God they contain. The main difference between articles used in the performance of a mitzvah and articles of sanctity is that once the mitzvah for which an article used for the performance of a mitzvah has been completed, e.g. a lulav after Sukkot, they do not retain any sanctity, whereas articles of sanctity possess inherent sanctity which do not lapse even after use. Consequently, such articles must be stored away or interred in respect for man. See Megillah 26b. Of great sanctity, and therefore their remnants are not fit. The Gemara states, from this line of inquiry, one can conclude by inference that the straps of phylacteries have a minimum requisite measure. And how much is that measure? Rashi explains the Gemara here is referring to the length of straps of phylacteries of the head after the knot has been tied. So maintain that the same applies to the phylacteries of the arm, Sefi Uraim. According to this explanation, Sureda is referring to the finger closest to the thumb. If so, the Gemara proceeds to refer to a straight measure. it means the distance between the tip of the thumb and the index finger, where the bowed measure, which is shorter than the straight measure, is the distance between the middle finger and the tip of the index finger. Alternatively, bowed means from the base of the thumb to the tip of the index finger, when they are adjacent to one another, while the straight measure means the base of the thumb to the tip of the index finger when they are spread. As in the arm, most commentaries extend or different phylacteries of the arm, and that the serreda finger is the middle finger, which is called by this name because its main rival Sa'ara is of the thumb, i.e. the one used with the thumb to snap one's fingers. See Yoma 19b. According to the notation, the Gemara is saying that the length of the stub of the phylacteries of the arm must reach the tip of that finger, and that matter discussed immediately afterward is whether it must reach the tip of the middle finger when it is bent or straight. And that's from the Tosfos citing Aruch and Rabbi Elazar Kaleh. But Amma says that Rish Lakish says it is until the index finger. How much is that measure? Oh, sorry, I missed that. How much is that measure? Kama she'urayahu. The length of the straps of the phylacteries of the arm must be enough for one to wrap and bind them around one's arm and to stretch them to the middle finger so that they can be wrapped around that finger 3 times and then tied. The universal custom is to wrap the strap 6 or 7 times around one's arm. This ruling follows interpretation of the majority of commentators that the Gemara is referring to the phylacteries of the arm, that the serreda is the middle finger, and that the mention of plaiting the straps together is referring to the wrapping around the finger. If needed, one may recite a blessing even if the strap is only 2 handbreadths long, in accordance with Rashi's explanation, following the opinion of the Sefer Yerim, that according to Rashi, the Gemara is referring to the phylacteries of the arm as well, and that's from the Artzot HaChaim. The straps of the phylacteries of the head must be long enough for them to hang down in front of the wearer and reach his navel or slightly higher. Some say that the strap on one's right side should reach his navel, while the strap on his left should reach his heart. These lengths are not indispensable, although some claim they must hang down in front of him at least a little, said the Magen Avraham. Some maintain that they must hang down at least 2 handbreadths, which is until the index finger in accordance with the straight measure, as explained by Rashi, Artzot HaChaim. If they do not reach that far, one should done the phylacteries without reciting a blessing. And the width of the strap should be at least the length of a barley kernel. If the straps are wider or narrower than that, they are fit. But if they are narrower than the length of a wheat kernel, one may not recite a blessing when donning them. And that's from the Rambam Sefer Hameh Tefillin Mezuzah Sefer Torah 3:12. Or Chaim 27:8-11. In explanation of this side, Rav Kahana will demonstrate a bowed measure, i.e. from the tip of the middle finger until the tip of the index finger with the finger spread. Rav Ashi would demonstrate a straight measure from the tip of the thumb until the tip of the index finger with the finger spread. The Gemara relates, Rabba would tie the straps and release them and let them fall behind him. Rav Aha bar Yaakov would tie them and plait them together like a braid. What does that mean? Katad lehu hamseiles lahu. According to some commentators, it is referring to the strap of the phylacteries of the head. After binding them, Rav Aha bar Yaakov would plait them like a braid, rather than placing them behind him like Rabba, that's Rashi. Others explain that he would wrap them 2 or 3 times around his head, Sefer HaTorah, and then others add that this was necessary to the great length of the straps in the Milki Yosef. According to other commentaries who interpret this discussion in reference to the phylacteries of the arm, Rav bar Yaakov would tie the strap on his finger, and the reference to plaiting means that he would wrap it around his finger 3 times, to the Rambam and the Rosh. Ma'ason of Rabbana would act like we do, i.e. he would let the straps fall and hang over the front of his body. Rav Yehuda, son of Rav Shmuel bar Sheilit, said in the name of Rav, the form of the knot of phylacteries, Kesher shel tefillin, it is a halacha transmitted to Moses from Sinai. They almost tie the strap and phylacteries of the head in a square manner that has the appearance of a letter Dalet. Some tie it in the form of the letter Mem, but this is not the correct manner in the Mishnah Berurah. The knots of the phylacteries of the arm should be tied like the letter Yud, so that together with the two letters reflected the head spelled Shaddai, which is the name of God. The Allah is according to the opinion of Rav, Lam Sefer Hava, Hilchat Tefillah Mezuzah V'Sefer Torah 3:11-13, Shulchan Aruch Orach Chaim 32:52. I.e., there must be the form of the letter Daled in the knot of the flexures of the head and the letter Yud on the knot of the flexures of the arm. Is halacha transmitted to Moses from Sinai. Rav Naaman said, and the decorative side, the black side of the knot where the shape of the letter is visible, must face outward. The part of the knot flexes the head that has an appearance of the letter Dalet should face out. So likewise, one should take care that the knot of the flexes of the arm not to be faced around, says Mordechai. The black side of the strap should face outward in both the flexes of the head and flexes of the arm. Its ruling follows both explanations of Rashi, and this halacha applies only to the parts of the strap that encircle the head and the bicep. Nonetheless, for ornamental reasons, all areas of the strap that face outward should be black. Orach Chaim 27:10-11 in the Mishnah Berurah there. The context indicates that this is referring to the decorative side of the knot, i.e. the side on which the dalet is visible. The other side, one sees the knot itself. Rashi's explanation. In Talmud Erev in 97a, Rashi states that this also refers to the shin on the flexes of the head. Some commentaries maintain that the term the decorative side contains the Gemara is referring to the straps in general, the topic of discussion from the outset. Instead, the reference is to the smooth black side of the straps. Rashi's explanation. This can also be inferred from the incident involving Rashi, which was recorded immediately after, and that's from the Rosh. In Rashi was sitting before Marzutra when the straps of his phylacteries became reversed. Marzutra said to him, doesn't the master hold in accordance with the ruling that the decorative side must face outward? Rashi said to him, it did not enter my mind, I did not notice. With regard to the verse, and all of the nations of the land shall see that the name of the Lord is called upon you, and they shall be afraid of you in Deuteronomy 28:10. It is taught in a Braita that Rabbi Elazar the Great says, this is a reference to the flexures of the head. Two of the three letters of one of the names of God, Shaddai, is found in the flexures of the head. The shin is on the compartment, and the dalet is in the form of a knot. Others explain that its derivation is based on the phrase, and all the nations of the land shall see, as flexes of the head are clearly visible to all Totzfot. Upon which the name of God is written, as they demonstrate to all that the name of God is called upon the Jewish people. With regard to the statement of God to Moses, and I will move my hand, you will see my back, Exodus 33:23, Rav Hana bar Bizna says that Rabbi Shimon Chasida says, this teaches that the Holy One showed Moses the knot of the flexes of the head. Some commentators explain that God showed Moses how to tie the knot of phylacteries, just as he showed him the plan of the tabernacle and its vessels. According to the Rambam in the Guide of the Perplexed, the knot of phylacteries represent the nature of God's connection with the world and his guidance of it. And this is what was revealed to Moses from the Midrash Shlomo. Rabbi Yehuda says the knot of the flexures must be above, i.e. must rest on the head rather than on the neck, in order that the Jewish people should be above and not below, and likewise it must be placed toward the front upon him. Kalape him, according to Rashi's second interpretation, it should be read as penim, i.e. inward, and the letter dalet should be toward the outside. Others maintain that this refers to the knot of flexes of the arm, which like the flexes themselves, see 37b, must be on the upper arm and directed inward toward the heart, that's the Rashi, the Beis Yosef. The knot behind one's head should be placed at the back of the skull. It should be above the indentation in the neck, above the knee should, but in any case not below the bottom of the hairline. Furthermore, the knot should be positioned in the middle of the head, not to the side. And that's from the Rambam Sefer Hilchot Tefillah Mezuzah Sefer Torah 4:1 or Chaim 27:10. Not on the side of the head. Nor that the Jewish people should be in front of the phanim and not behind. Rav Shmuel bar Bidri says that Rav says, and some say that Rav Acharicha, Rabbi Ahad, that Rav Huna says that some say that Rav Menachot says that Shmuel says with regard to phylacteries, when is one recite a blessing over them? From the time one dons them on the arm and onward. The difficulty is that so, but doesn't Rabbi Yehuda say that Shmuel says with regard to all mitzvot, one recites a blessing over them prior to their performance? How then can one recite a blessing on the phylacteries after donning them? Rabbi and Rabbi both say one recites the blessing from the time of the donning of the phylacteries until the time of binding them, as the binding constitutes the performance of the mitzvah. In general, one should recite the blessing of the performance of the mitzvah prior to it, but as close as possible to the performance. Consequently, one should recite the blessing of the phylacteries of the arm as they place them on the bicep before binding them, as the binding considers the performance of the mitzvah. Likewise, with regard to the phylacteries of the head, one should recite the blessing after donning them, but before tightening them on his head. Rambam Sefer Haba Hechet Tefillah Mezuzah Sefer Torah 4:7 Shulchan Aruch Chaim 25:8 and the comment of the Gemara. That's the end of that Omid. Wish you a very good day and peace in Israel. All the best. Bye.